Good morning, good morning. Once again, this is a great day to be sober, and it is a blessing to be in the presence of such lovely people. But yes, I'm gonna go back to that phrase where I said it is a great day to be sober, because sober just means being in your right frame of mind. And those who know anything about me, you know that I'm a recovered addicted nature person. So when I say it's a great day to be sober, I truly mean that. And when I say that sober just mean being in your right frame of mind, I truly mean that too. Because see, things that I study, things I teach, teaching that is taught to me, I utilize these things in my life. But when I'm utilizing them, it's because I'm going through something that I need to utilize it in. Yes, when I pick up a weapon, the reason why I'm picking that weapon up is because I'm battering something that I need that weapon in my hand to use. Yes, and anytime that I'm going into battle, because most battles, I'm not even gonna say most battles, I'm really gonna share some of my experience, my strength, and my hope today. Because one thing I found out about life, no matter what the situation is in my life, I do go back and evaluate what part I'm playing in it. God, search my heart, and if there's any wickedness in me. And then there's another book that I study, and some other books I study, but another book I study is say doing a personal inventory. Doing two things mean the same thing. So I started doing an inventory of myself, trying to see where I went wrong dealing with these situations that's coming against me, you know. And when I look back, you know, be careful is what I'm finding out what you say. And because I said certain things and didn't realize that it would come back to hunt me. I didn't realize it. But, I knew that it could. It's just that I didn't think that it would happen the way it happened. And I'm going to share these words real quick because if anyone knows, life is dealt on life situations. And I always share there's only four life situations. One is relationships. Two is economics. Three is health. Four is mourning. And mourning just means to lose something. You can be dealing with one, two, three, or all four of them, like I am right now. But, when these situations come upon you, I start to search myself to see where I went wrong. Where did I go wrong? What part am I playing in this situation? So I started to search myself, and there were some words that I shared. And I shared these words because my spouse, I'm not going to talk about my spouse, but for me to share my experience about this situation, my spouse is part of it. But, I share these words with my spouse that you are my strength and you also are my weakness. And I don't know if that person truly understood what I was saying because she was and still is. She is and still was all together because it has not ended yet. But she is still my strength and my weakness. And when I come to talk about my strength, my spouse is who, when I walk back in the door, after doing all that battling outside my door, she's the one that regenerates me, gives me back the fluids that I need to be strong to walk back out the door in the next morning to go battle again. She was my strength, but yet she's my weakness. Because the purpose of her being my weakness, I gave my spouse something. I gave my spouse my heart. My heart. And I shared some teaching before a couple of days ago. I shared this teaching about let not your heart be troubled. And so by me teaching on that, I share what's inside my heart, my emotions and my desires. So here, my emotions and my desires are in my spouse's hands. That's why she can be my weakness, because she holds something very precious to me. But when this was damaged, it caused a weakness in me. And that weakness is because the easiest thing to give someone is trust. But once they break it, it's hard to give it back. So now that my heart has been damaged, it's weakened. Now I'm too weak to just give it back. I don't have the strength to give it back at the moment, but I'm trying to find a way. So inside this of me being weak, there's also some things that I shared about my God taking me up higher. And I am going higher. And I also know that I'm in training right now. Getting back to me, basically me. So by me being a addicted nature person, a recovered alcoholic, a recovered drug addict, by me being there, and I always share, just for today, I have recovered. Yesterday, I have not recovered. I was in recovery. I moved from recovered to recovery. Now that I'm in recovery, I'm one step away from a word called relapse. I'm one step away. That means that if I'm in recovery, my mind is no longer thinking sober. So now I'm in danger. Now my thoughts and my actions are putting me in positions that I really don't need to be in. But I found out something else that's true, that I share. There come times in my life when truly God is doing for me what I could not do for myself. There's some things of yesterday I could not do for myself, but my God kept me protected. He kept me protected because truly my movements was based on my thinking, and I was out to cause damage to me, knowing that if my house collapsed, everything else around me will fall. They will feel the consequences also. So I'm just going to share this one verse. I was going to share a couple, but I'm going to talk about this one. And I know a lot of people know this quote. And this quote says, no weapon, excuse me, I don't have my glasses today. It says, no weapon that is formed against me shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servant of the Lord, and their righteousness is of me, said the Lord. Yes. Now, I'm just going to break this down for a moment. I'm not going to be long because I still am in training and I'm still under the protection of my God. But it says, no weapon that is formed against me. So when it says no weapon that is formed against me, it's letting me know that there's some weapons formed against me. That there's something shooting some ammo at me. In Ephesians it says fiery darts. A dart ain't nothing but ammo. So it's telling me that what it is coming against me is firing some kind of weapons at me, some kind of furious darts. So it's saying that it would not form against thee, that it's going to prosper. Now, it's saying that once it hits me, it's not going to prosper. Now, let's just think about this word called prosper. It does not mean prosper here. We have to understand, if the dart hit me, or bring it up to the day, if the bullet hit me, I am going to feel some kind of pain. There is some kind of damage. If a weapon hit you, it's going to hurt, at least me. So it's telling me it's going to hurt, but what it's coming to do to murder me is not going to prosper. That's what it's talking about. It's not telling me that I'm not going to get hit with the bullet, or I'm not going to get hit with the fiery darts. I am. I am going to feel this pain called emotions. I am going to feel it. But it's just telling me it's not going to prosper. It's not going to murder me. Why is it not going to take me out? And when I talk about take me out, there's different ways of taking something out, because a person could lose their physical life, they can lose material things, but it's not talking about that kind of prospering. It's talking about the prospering that is still not going to separate me from my God. It's still not. It's still telling me that God's word is true, that he will never leave me nor forsake me, no matter how the weapon caused damage to me. And then he said, every tongue that shall rise up against thee in judgment. That he's letting me know that there's some words out there coming against me. That means people are talking about me. People are saying things, building up their case. They building up their case. Let me go back just for a moment when it talked about some of these weapons. Because when evil comes against you or against me, I like to keep it on me. When evil comes against me or comes against something, it has to build a case. So what it does, it just keep pushing and pushing and pushing until finally you decide to push back. That's what it's going to build the case on. It's going to build the case on when you finally can't take no more hits and you hit back. That evilness is going to build the case on the hit back. So now that it built the case on the hit back, that means now y'all are going to stand in judgment. Now I'm standing in judgment because there's a case built against me. But it says here, it says the heritage, which means that God is going to pass something down. And I'm not, once again, I'm not saying anything about anybody else because their God can do the same thing. It can pass down these inheritance, but I'm just talking about me today. So he's going to pass down the inheritance, and it says to the servant, but I'm not my God's servant. I'm my God's child, so I'm going to change that word. So he's going to pass down the inheritance to his child. And then it says, and the righteousness is a mean. He's going to pass down the inheritance to his child, and the righteousness is a mean. He's saying, son, stay in your righteousness. Righteousness just means keep your morals. It's telling me just keep your morals. And the battle that I'm going in right now, definitely I'm getting hit with shots that wants to take me out of my morals. It's weakening me because it knows that the one that I looked upon to give me strength is not there right now. It took that from me. So now I truly have nothing to lean on but my God. I truly have nothing to lean on but my God at this moment. So I'm leaning. I'm leaning on my God. Just sharing some true life situations of what we go through that I just feel I need to share because I'm in that position where the things I teach, I need to show how these things, when it comes to affect my house, when it comes to affect me, how I truly handle it. So when I share, I know what you're going through, you see that I truly do because I go through the same types of things. It's just that I know that I got to continue to maintain my position with the Lord. And when I say Lord, once again, I am not talking about a person. I'm talking about one who governs, the one who looks out for my best interests. And the one who looks out for my best interests, just me. I choose to call him God. I choose to call him Abba. Once again, it is a blessing to be in the presence of such lovely people. And yes, today I am truly grateful that I woke up this morning in my right frame of mind. I'm really thankful for that. And how do I know? Because I got up this morning conditioning myself. Because they say my daily reprieve is based on my spiritual condition. Just for today, I got up conditioning myself. And before I go, I like to send this out to someone that knows that they are special in my life. I truly am still fighting, seeking out the solution on how we can still come out of this victorious. To all, stay blessed.